Pay close attention to how your dog stretches when they see you walk through the front door. Over 99% of dog owners misinterpret this classic display every single day. You come home after a long shift at work, and your dog drops their chest down low to the floor while pushing their hindquarters high up into the air. Your immediate emotional reaction is to smile warmly, assuming they are simply waking up from a relaxing nap or offering you a cute, affectionate greeting. That assumption could prove to be a catastrophic medical mistake. In reality, that deep, prolonged stretch might not be an affectionate greeting at all. It is frequently a silent, desperate cry for immediate emergency medical intervention. Failing to distinguish between a casual greeting bow and a rigid pain posture can mean the difference between timely medical relief and a life-threatening crisis. Subscribe right now to protect your pet's life, and stay tuned until our critical 5th point so you never miss a vital medical warning sign. Behavior 1. Whale eye and the misunderstood side eye. When your dog turns their head away while cutting their eyes sideways to expose a stark crescent of white eye tissue, you are witnessing whale eye. Owners often find this facial expression amusing, mistaking it for attitude, sass, or playful guilt. If you observe this exact posture while interacting with your dog, stop all physical contact immediately. Step back, loosen your grip, and give your pet clear physical space. Avoid leaning over them, forcing eye contact, or attempting to pull them into a firm embrace. From a clinical behavioral standpoint, whale eye represents a state of acute emotional stress and hyperarousal. When a dog exhibits this physical signal, their sympathetic nervous system is actively firing, releasing stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. The animal feels cornered, uncomfortable, or intensely defensive about their personal boundaries. They are not trying to act stubborn, dramatic, or funny. They are signaling that their emotional cup is completely full and that further physical pressure could force them into a defensive reaction. To protect your pet's emotional health long-term, adopt the strict 3-second petting rule. Engage in gentle contact for exactly 3 seconds, then pause completely and withdraw your hands. If your dog steps forward, nudges your palm, or leans into you, they are explicitly granting consent for continued touch. If they turn away, lick their lips, or show white in their eyes, honor that boundary instantly. Training your entire household to respect these subtle physical signals prevents unnecessary anxiety and fosters profound mutual trust. Behavior 2. Yawning and lip licking under affection. You lean in to snuggle your dog, wrap your arms around their neck, and they immediately let out a wide yawn while rapidly flicking their tongue across their nose. Most owners assume their pet is just feeling cozy, sleepy, or content in their arms. The moment you notice this pattern during physical affection, immediately loosen your embrace. Stop patting the top of their head, release your arms, and step back slightly to remove the physical pressure. Allow your dog the freedom to move away if they choose to do so. In veterinary behavioral medicine, this specific pattern is categorized as a displacement behavior. A displacement behavior occurs when an animal experiences conflicting internal motivations, creating internal tension that manifests as an out-of-context physical action like yawning or lip licking. Your dog loves you deeply, but the physical restriction of being held tightly creates genuine sensory overload and claustrophobia. Yawning serves as an involuntary physiological mechanism to reduce neural tension and cool down brain temperature during moments of emotional stress. Building a sustainable, stress-free relationship requires shifting how you deliver physical affection. Instead of imposing human-style hugs that restrict movement, focus on gentle strokes along their side, chest, or chin where they feel safe. Educate every family member to recognize these subtle displacement signals early. By recognizing that yawning under affection is a sign of sensory overload rather than contentment, you protect your dog from chronic anxiety and prevent physical interactions from becoming a source of distress. Behavior 3. The heavy lean against your legs. When you stand in the kitchen or lounge in the living room, your dog might walk up and press their entire body weight directly against your shins. Many owners dismiss this as simple clinginess or an annoying habit of getting underfoot. When your dog leans heavily against your legs, respond with a steady, calming presence. Place a soft hand on their back, speak in low, reassuring tones, and avoid pushing them away abruptly or reacting with sudden, startling movements. This behavior, clinically recognized as the canine hug, serves as a powerful mechanism for biofeedback and emotional regulation. By making direct physical contact with your body, your dog is actively utilizing your grounded presence to soothe their nervous system. This physical contact triggers a mutual release of oxytocin, effectively lowering heart rates and easing internal tension. While it often stems from pure affection, it can also indicate environmental anxiety, noise sensitivity, or underlying physical insecurity. To build long-term confidence, observe the specific context in which this heavy leaning occurs. If it happens during thunderstorms, fireworks, or visits from unfamiliar guests, your dog is signaling a need for a dedicated safe zone. Create a quiet, covered retreat equipped with comfortable bedding and familiar scents where they can decompress. If the behavior occurs during calm moments, enjoy it as a healthy expression of bonding, while continuing to encourage independent confidence through positive reinforcement exercises. If you are discovering valuable medical insights in today's breakdown, please click the like button right now. Subscribing to the channel ensures you never miss essential veterinary advice that keeps your furry family members safe, healthy, and happy. Behavior 4. Destruction of furniture during your absence. Returning home to chewed door frames, shredded couch cushions, or destroyed personal items often prompts owners to believe their dog is acting out of spite or revenge. If you walk into a scene of home destruction, refrain entirely from yelling, physical punishment, or dragging your dog to the mess. Punishing a dog hours or even minutes after an event is clinically ineffective and severely damages the human-animal bond. Clean up the damage calmly while completely ignoring your pet until everyone's emotional energy has stabilized. Destruction caused during separation is almost never malicious. It is the physical manifestation of severe separation anxiety. When an anxious dog is left alone, their panic triggers a massive rush of adrenaline. Chewing, tearing, and digging are innate self-soothing behaviors that trigger a compensatory release of endorphins in the brain, helping the animal cope with overwhelming panic. The destructive behavior is an involuntary coping strategy for a mind in crisis, not a calculated act of revenge or disobedience. Treating separation anxiety requires a structured, long-term desensitization framework. Start by desensitizing your dog to departure cues like picking up your keys or putting on your coat without actually leaving the house. Gradually practice leaving for tiny intervals, starting with just 30 seconds, and slowly build duration over time. Provide long-lasting interactive puzzle toys or frozen treats when you step away to redirect their nervous energy into positive enrichment, effectively reconditioning their brain to view isolation as safe. Behavior 5. The prolonged stretch and medical prayer position. A rapid, fluid stretch accompanied by a wagging tail and bright eyes when you walk into the room is a normal greeting bow. However, when a dog drops their chest, extends their front limbs, raises their rear, and holds that rigid position for extended seconds with a tense expression, immediate action is required. If this posture is accompanied by shallow breathing, hard abdomen, lethargy, or refusal to eat, do not wait. Transport your dog to an emergency veterinary clinic immediately without attempting home remedies. This extended posture is known clinically as the prayer position, and it is a classic sign of severe abdominal pain. Unlike a brief greeting bow, the prayer position is held continuously because the dog is desperately trying to elongate their abdominal cavity to relieve intense internal pressure. It is most commonly associated with acute pancreatitis, a life-threatening inflammatory condition, as well as gastrointestinal obstructions, gastric dilatation volvulus, or severe peritonitis. Recognizing this posture as an acute medical distress signal is paramount to your dog's survival. Long-term protection against abdominal crises involves strict dietary management and routine veterinary diagnostics. Never feed your dog high-fat table scraps, as sudden dietary indiscretions are the primary trigger for acute pancreatic inflammation. Schedule annual wellness exams, including routine blood work and abdominal ultrasounds for senior pets, to catch underlying metabolic issues early. Always remember, a stretch that lasts too long or appears rigid is a red flag warning of internal physical suffering that demands professional diagnostic imaging. Dogs possess an incredible capacity for devotion, but they lack the vocal ability to express physical pain or emotional distress in human words. They rely entirely on subtle changes in their posture, facial expressions, and daily habits to communicate their internal state to us. As dedicated caretakers, it is our absolute responsibility to learn their language rather than misinterpreting their distress signals as quirky behaviors or bad attitudes. When you take the time to truly observe and understand these physical cues, you become the active protector your dog truly deserves. Tell me in the comments below, which of these 5 behaviors has your dog displayed recently? I review your comments personally to help guide your journey toward better pet parenthood. Stay observant, protect your pets fiercely, and I will see you in the next clinical breakdown.